Of the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. Today, again, happy Monday. We are welcoming back Gary Lezak with the Weather 2020 team. So we've got your weather report starting out the week. We're going to be talking kind of the wet trends that we're going to be seeing this week with some storm systems, things like that. It's Friday here when we're recording this. So Gary and I have a nice fun little chat today, a nice fun approach to our just episode today with you guys. So we're going to talk weather. We're going to talk our lives. We talk about our dogs a little bit in it, all the things. So let's get into the conversation with Gary. And as always, thank you for being here. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, all the things so that you can keep on getting these weekly weather reports from the Weather 2020 team. That way you can keep up with all of the other episodes that we have Monday through Friday here at the Cattle USA Daily Podcast. We appreciate all of you guys as listeners. Now let's get into the convo with Gary. Gary, welcome back to another podcast. We're excited to be here. We're gonna have a nice conversation about weather on a freaking gorgeous day outside. I know you guys are having a good day in Colorado. It's 60 degrees and sun is shining here in Kansas. I'm in a great mood. I had a business development meeting this morning. I went to Mexican for lunch. Like it's the perfect Friday.
Oh,
so
goodness.
We're gonna have the best time talking today.
And I was healthy, Lauren. It's great being here with you again today. I actually was going to go out to lunch before we were meeting for this podcast, and I decided no. And I went. I grilled some onions, and then pan fried them, I guess. And then I put in 2 eggs scrambled over a gluten-free bagel and a piece of organic bacon. And that was my lunch. But now, because I ate healthy, just to show everyone what it's like being healthy, I feel fantastic. I could have gone out to lunch at some other place. Who knows where? I could come up with some ideas. But then I would have been, ugh,
That's fair. I mean, you just need to come to Manhattan and we can take you out to Taco Lucha with us.
There you
can
go.
have a Nancy and that will give you the same feeling.
Oh,
I feel great.
yeah,
I had a Pirate Nancy before our little podcast today. Those Manhattanite locals or Kansas locals. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We're feeling great on this Friday. So, I mean, hey, that's me Monday through Thursday. Every single day. I'm eating like that. But, Friday, give me my...
Friday, eat whatever you want day.
Exactly. Give me my Pirate Nancy and my bean dip, and I'm ready to conquer the world.
Oh my goodness, that sounds good.
I'm going and working out after this podcast, though, so I can sweat off all the calories, right?
Yeah, I worked out this morning. I decided to lift heavier. It's another subject we could talk about sometime, but I decided to lift heavier, so I'm lifting heavier weights, and so I've been doing lots of reps, almost like cardio for my workout. And all free weights. I do a lot of free weights, but I decided to go heavier. And I can do something that only 2% of Americans can do.
That's badass.
Like 65-pound dumbbells, okay? 65-pound dumbbells, and do flies with them.
I cannot do that.
2%. Only 2% are...
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Because 65-pound dumbbells are a lot. And then something to press my body, I'm really good at flies. So
I aspire to be like that, Gary. That's my new goal.
Okay.
That's my new workout goal. I love it. I'm gonna go with my friend today, and we're gonna lift heavy. And I'm gonna be like, hey, Gary can do 65-pound flies. I need to up it because right now I'm at like 10-pound flies. Yeah. So we gotta work on those muscles.
You get to 12.5 pounds and you're good.
There we go. We love it. We love it. I got spin class on Monday, all the things.
Oh my goodness.
We love it.
Awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Well, what are we seeing in the weather this coming week, Gary? It's gorgeous today. I am praying that you are going to tell me that it is going to be gorgeous again next week.
Next week there's a major storm and it's right on schedule. And what we've been discussing the last few weeks here is, the cycling weather pattern. And it's absolutely mind-blowing. Here, I discovered it back in 1987 and 1988 when the pattern just looked similar when these big storms hit Oklahoma that year. And here we are in 24, 25. This year's pattern is cycling about every 6 weeks. 41 days is really the middle number. And so the pattern begins around October 5th or 6th each year. And that just happens to be when it goes dark at the North Pole for the first time. It sunsets at the North Pole on the first day of autumn, which is September 23rd. And every year, September 22nd, 23rd, 12 days later or so, it goes dark there. And that just happens to be when the LRC sets up. So
Okay.
if you look back in October, right around Halloween, there was this big storm, a combination of storm systems. And I put it on my Facebook. If you go to facebook.com / my full name, Gary Lezak, you'll see what I posted today. And I posted the October 31st map. It has, and it shows the upper level flow. And it has one storm off the West Coast coming in and a smaller storm ahead of it. What is the forecast for Monday, Tuesday of this week? A big storm coming into the West Coast with a smaller storm ahead of it. It looks the same. It is the same. It's not exactly the same because it's the March version of it. So you have Halloween and March 4th, March 3rd. How many days apart are they? That is 123 days apart. If you divide 123 by 3, that's 41 days times 3, 41-day cycle. So what's absolutely fascinating, and for all of you listening out there and the farmers and ag interests and other businesses that might be weather sensitive, is that the fact that I know it's about a 41-day cycle, and we go back to cycle 1 and compare it to cycle 4, and they look the same right when we predict it's going to be that way. That allows us to make these predictions. So you know, that's why I share these examples with people through social media and with you on this podcast. The pattern is cycling. So we know what the pattern's going to look like around July 4th. Right now, we know for fireworks companies that might need to know where it's going to be too dry for fireworks bans. Maybe they're going to have drought bans, etc. We know what the weather pattern is going to look like already that week when they sell most of their fireworks. So for agriculture interest, we know, and with the LRC model, we can project week by week to see which weeks are likely going to be wet and which weeks are likely going to be wrong. The accuracy, if you look at the next 10 weeks to get ready for planting season ahead, and you see all these 10 weeks of forecast for which weeks will be wet and dry, it's going to be about 70% accurate, 7 out of the 10 weeks. Maybe 3 of them are off, but just know 60 or 70% accurate in predicting the weather that far in advance is absolutely unheard of until the LRC.
Yeah, it's freaking cool. Like I get so excited talking about it now because I'm like, this is so cool to be able to look out that far and be like, hey, we know what's going to happen then. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to see some rain across the Midwest, or is it West Coast is getting hit on Monday, Tuesday, and then it's going to come?
Storm is coming in, and it's going to produce snow in Colorado, lots of it over the mountains. It's a very strong system. Severe weather is likely over parts of the Missouri Valley, so maybe the Mississippi River Valley. As soon as it gets to east of Kansas City is when severe thunderstorms might break out. Kansas City has a slight chance, Manhattan a lesser chance. There's actually a chance of some snow on the backside with Manhattan next Tuesday or Wednesday, so a cold front's going to come through. But this is, I know, this is going to be, you don't like that, but this is going to be, I just love winter, but this is going to be a very strong storm, and then a few days later there's going to be another one. So we're going to have opportunities for rain. Sometimes a storm is really strong and it wraps dry air into it, and so parts of Kansas, we get the wind from the storm, we get a little bit of snow on the backside from the storm, but you don't get a lot of moisture. Even though it's a strong storm, all that moisture can be shifted off to the east. Some models do have 2 or 3 inches of rain from Kansas City towards Manhattan, and then others have it completely dry. So I'm not sure yet what's going to happen early next week, but we do know it's a strong storm that's going to go by.
Are we going to see any like tornado type severe weather with this storm coming in? What are our kind of thoughts on that? Are we starting our spring severe storms a little early this year? What are you kind of thinking there?
Well, it's amazing you say that, but if you look back in October, November in cycle one, and then cycle two is mid-November to the end of December, and cycle three is the end of December to early February, and now we're in cycle four. We can see big severe weather events. It's not. Yeah, there's a lot more severe weather events, and they're usually bigger when we get to April, May, and June, and during the spring as it warms up. But during the winter, as the pattern cycles through, we have strong systems. For example, one of them was December the 28th. We had a major outbreak of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms over the south, where it would usually be during the winter. So when is that going to return? Well, December 28th. So you go January, February, March, April 28th is about 120 days, 4 months. So in late April, that pattern is going to return. And also in mid-March, that pattern is going to return. So mid-March, late April, severe weather outbreaks likely. Next week, severe weather outbreak is also likely. It's related to something that also happened during the winter, but Kansas probably gets spared by this risk. The next time it cycles through, though, Kansas will likely be in it.
Okay, perfect. As far as our drought areas go across the Midwest, are they going to be seeing some of this rain? Are they going to kind of be missing it? What are we looking like there for this kind of like drought recovery we're hoping to see?
I have to tell you what I really feel. There's a trend towards the drought conditions to start to being a concern. As we've discussed, though, the first couple times we talked, and we'll continue this discussion as we go through the next few weeks, my concerns are a little bit higher, but I still am forecasting much of the Corn Belt from Iowa, Indiana, Illinois for sure that is going to get wet this spring. Parts of the Dakotas, Nebraska, there's some concern because it's starting to dry out a little bit more. However, I think that there will be dry pockets that have problems. But around that, there will be a lot of areas that get timely rains as we go through June. So I'm expecting that, I'm predicting that, but I have to be honest, I really believe that there's some concern that these dry pockets, from week to week, I'll look at them with you, and maybe next week's report will dive deeper into that, because I think I'll know a lot more. Let's see what this storm does, because this storm could be a wet one. And there's another one following it that we'll talk about next week. And so I might change my tune and say my concerns are actually decreasing, not increasing.
Yeah, which we're all praying that that's the way that it's going to be when we come back with another episode next week, y'all. Anything else? What else are we seeing? Anything else you want to bring up, talk about today? Anything like that?
Yeah, I just want to say that I've got two great dogs, Rainbow and Sunny, and you need to meet them sometime.
Yes.
Sunny, we'll celebrate Sunny's 10th birthday here in about 4 weeks. 4 weeks, so not yet. But she is, sometimes when dogs get to 10 years old, starts getting scary because they're getting old.
Uh-huh.
But she is not showing much sign of it yet. She can still play Frisbee. She still leaps and catches everything. If you throw her 10 Frisbees and you're a good quarterback and you get her, she'll go and catch 9 or 10 out of 10. And
oh my gosh.
I
love that.
But she also concentrates. She looks around, whatever. But that's Sunny. And then Rainbow is a black lab. Sunny's an Australian Shepherd mix. But they're amazing. And like you said, it's 65 degrees in Manhattan. As we're recording this, it's 65 degrees here. So what the heck are we doing inside?
Yeah, exactly. We need to wrap this puppy up. I kicked my two dogs outside right before we did this, and they're looking at me like, you're kicking us out here and you're not going to come play with us? Like, what are you doing with your life over here?
What are your dog's names?
Obi and Mia. So, my husband and I each came into our marriage with one. So his dog is Obi. I mean, he's our dog now. He's my little baby child, but, Obi is in like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right.
That's his full name when he gets in trouble is Obi-Wan Kenobi, get your butt over here. Like saying a child's middle name, right? So we got Obi, and he is a, healer border collie mix. So very energetic. He will be 3 coming June.
Amazing.
I think June is his birthday. So he's a little spitfire. I tell you what, he's one of those dogs that can play all day. Like I go on runs with him and he gets home, he pants for a little bit and then he's like, all right, time to play again.
No, my dog falls out. Thank goodness.
So that's my other dog. Her name's Mia. I have had her, she was born in 2018. And so she was a puppy out of one of our ranch dogs.
Right.
She's a little bit of an oopsie puppy. So she is a red heeler, Aussie mix. And there's a little bit of border collie in there too, we think. She, again, got knocked up by the neighbor's dog. Little oopsie mix. But I've had her since 2018. She is the light of my world. I love her so much. But she is like a cat. She could be perfectly content just sleeping all day.
Wow.
Just give her a dog bed, give her a blanket, and she's like, leave me be. I'm just gonna be an old hag over here. She loves playing every once in a while. Her little brother loves bothering her all day. But she'd be perfectly content just sleeping on the couch all day long. Oh. So we got two polar opposites in this household.
That's amazing. Yeah, Rainbow's she's 5 and Sunny's 9, she'll be 10, and Rainbow, they get along well, but Rainbow's bigger.
Love that.
So unlike Rainbow, when they go out to play, sometimes Rainbow's like raging towards Sunny. Sunny knows how to make a dodge move right in a second. So one of these days, Rainbow's going to slam into Sunny and it's going to hurt. So.
Obi is the same way. He body checks Mia all the time.
Oh.
Like, he does it on purpose. Right. He's like, I'm just here to be a menace to you. No sunbathing for you. I'm keeping you young, keeping you humble, all the things.
That's amazing. But I don't know if your dogs love the snow. My dogs love the snow.
Yes.
And so they want more snow. But here in Colorado, we're definitely going to get more snow. I don't know about you guys. So I'm excited and looking for that. And then if anybody's interested in getting our hands on our data, it's really the greatest weather tool available today. It's raw, and you probably need to know analytics a little bit. But if you want this dashboard, the Weather 2020 Vision dashboard, just go to weather2020.com and you can go click and buy it for your own analytics, and then you'll know which weeks are going to be wet, and you can go from your state down to your county and see exactly what's going to happen in the forecast right on through planting, growing, and right now it goes all the way through harvest. So there you go.
And I'm pretty sure we have a little bit of a discount for the Cattle USA listeners as well. So in the comments down below, guys, you'll see the weather2020.com, and I think it's like /Cattle USA or Cattle USA Daily or something like that. It's down in the comments down below. So make sure you use that link and go check that out so that you can get a little bit of a discount with it too, and get that yearly subscription and stuff like that. Because I know that'll be super helpful for a lot of people, especially when it comes to planting or when we're going to fertilize fields or when we're going to put cattle out or things like that. Right. That having that information now so that you can kind of start planning your spring will be a little bit helpful for a lot of people. So go check it out.
So yeah, definitely go to that Cattle USA discount.
Yeah. And
you'll get a few $100s off of that.
Oh yeah. We love it. Save money where you can, right?
Exactly. No doubt. You can write it off on your taxes too.
Exactly. It's a write-off. Who writes it off? I don't know. The government. Who pays? Yeah, that funny sound. Yeah, exactly. Everything's a write-off. It's fine.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, Gary, I'm ready to go outside and go enjoy this 65-degree weather. I'm sure you are too. To all of our listeners out there, thank you so much for listening to another episode. I hope you enjoyed this chill, awesome, just fun episode with Gary and I. It's a Friday here. This isn't going to come out till Monday, but I hope we're bringing some joy and some humor and some good vibes to your hopefully wet week coming up and all the things like that. Make sure you like, subscribe, rate, review, share with all of your friends. We really appreciate it here at the team. Make sure you go check out the link that we have down below for the Weather 2020 subscription and stuff like that for all of you listeners out there. And otherwise, we hope you all have a blessed week, and we'll see y'all tomorrow on another episode. We'll see ya.